Hey fam!
Let's be
3D. Hey fam, welcome to the first episode of Let's Be 3D. Welcoming you is, I'm John Mark Sowell. Let's go ahead and roll call so you know who's all gonna be talking. Starting at the left side of the table. Hit it off.
Yeah, it's Joshua Sowell right here, the guitar player of the group. I am so excited to be here with me Sibs and in my basement and everything.
I like that.
This is a great place to be, yes?
I'm here on your right
You're
side.
here?
I'm here, Abby.
Oh,
The
Abby.
feminine touch.
The
name's
feminine
here.
touch. I like that. The feminine
We
feminine touch
definitely
on this
need
podcast.
that.
Oh, yeah. She's surrounded by testosterone.
Yeah, no kidding.
We needed a girl on this, and Abby is a perfect choice.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I
thank you.
absolutely agree with that. Abby, the rose. So, and on the
And then on the right end, I'm Jacob. I'm the banjoist, the eldest, and
He's
That's
Yeah.
a lot of
working today.
S's there.
yeah,
Yeah, you go, man. You go.
Yeah, what's up? So, you know who we are 2/3 of the Family Sowell.
that's right.
And Let's Be 3D. Welcome, you
Mhm.
guys. There's going to be some, we're going to be talking a lot because that's what you
Mhm.
do on podcasts,
That's what you
right?
do.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
That's what you do. And I can see it. Let's already go ahead. I'd like to call out the different tastes that we all have.
Tastes
Right.
that we brought to the table.
We all have, if you're a super fan actually watching us, you can see that we all have our drinks with us except for Jacob. Go ahead and
guess
starting off with Joshua.
I didn't have time to get
Yeah.
that.
He's the water.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Water's good for you.
Hydrate yourself.
Water
Take
only.
care of yourself.
Water
Yeah.
only.
And then me, got a good variety. Water and coffee. Cheers, y'all. Let's see if it's warm.
I hope so.
It's cooled off.
Got the
just right
slurp and
heat.
everything there.
Wow. Anyway,
Man.
and then Abby, what are you drinking?
Well, gotta have H2O.
Well, of course.
Yes, water. Drink your water. People stay hydrated. But bone broth. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good for
Mhm.
you.
It is.
It's,
Apparently,
it's
that
really,
doesn't mean it tastes good.
It
I like
tastes
the taste of
great.
bone broth.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
It's like lard in a cup.
what?
Well, that's with butter added. This is just
Oh,
plain
man,
bone
that's-
broth.
But it's
Anyway,
funny still.
That's
it not only
hilarious.
tastes good,
Nice.
it
It's
smells
a great
really
kicker
good.
for my morning.
okay. Well, hey, everybody needs their kicker. Mine's
Oh, yeah.
coffee.
Great
I support
stuff.
your decision in bone broth,
Thank
even
you.
though it
Thank
doesn't
you. I
make any sense
appreciate
to me.
that.
Anyway, hey,
Come on,
folks
man.
listening, try drinking bone broth. Let me know how you like it. Anyway, and then Jacob has nothing. So,
Yeah.
you dude, stay hydrated. Anyway, so
Don't be like Jacob.
this is what
Thanks.
this
Wow.
podcast is really going to be about. Just talk, going to be about family, faith, Jesus, and coffee, and
and music
All
and
kinds of
bone
other stuff.
broth.
and bone broth.
Anyway, so a little backstory to the Family Sowell. We were
Were is the correct
traveling
term.
band.
we were a touring band, a
Yeah.
touring artist, and we
We
played
toured and traveled.
concerts. Yes, toured, saw the world, and no,
We were
That's
on
not
the
a joke,
road
actually.
Yeah.
That's true.
80% of the time.
pretty much that.
Yeah.
80% of the time we were playing concerts at churches, festivals, theaters, and
Bars.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So, half of the audience just left. If you're still here,
Oh,
We
Thank
would
you for
play
listening.
wherever they would let us play.
the thing
Oh,
is, some
my
of those
goodness.
places, hey, bars need to hear
Mhm.
what we got to say.
Yeah, they
and
do.
our what we're all about, So yes, I'm not. We're
We're not
we play
ashamed of
bars.
that.
Barbs.
Bars.
Really?
I didn't
We
say that. That
take-
came out wrong.
Our message and our
Anywhere.
music anywhere.
That's
If
right.
they kick us out, so be it. But that hasn't happened yet. So,
So
hey,
good news.
Exactly,
That
good
has
news.
not happened yet.
yeah. So backstory: we all grew up playing music, but we've been playing professionally for about 4 or 5 years now.
Yes.
Even went overseas to teach music camps and do concerts over there, which was definitely an amazing experience. Getting to reach out to
Yes,
those kids
Definitely.
and share the gospel through music.
Yeah.
Because music is a universal language.
It
You
is,
don't
yeah.
have to speak just you don't have to speak their native language for them to feel what we feel through
Connect
music.
with you.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Music
For sure.
was just a great connection, and then through that we were able to reach them with the gospel. And so that's what we used to do. However,
Something happened.
something happened called 2020.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that kind of threw everything off, so to speak, in how we saw it at
Yeah.
the time.
Right.
Something that can be really hard to do is trust God,
Right.
It's really easy to quote Proverbs 3:5-7, trust in the Lord with
yeah.
all your heart and lean unto your own understanding. It's really easy to quote that and that for to be your favorite verse.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Because a lot of times, we don't live out our favorite verses. I know that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
one of my favorites is Psalm 62:2. He is our rock,
That's
And
right.
I don't go to my rock all the time.
Well, I think that sometimes we're tested on those life
Life
verses.
verses,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, more
Exactly.
than we would probably like to be tested.
That's very true.
One of my favorites is Isaiah 41:10, fear not.
Yeah.
And guess what? I am very prone to fear.
Right.
Yes.
Over the silliest little things that,
Spiders, centipedes.
Wow. Wow.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, but I think 2020 changed everyone's lives.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. No question in that. And we had plans for 2020.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
We did. Concerts, we wanted to go bigger, reach
Better.
more. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, we
even
did.
go
We
to
had-
Canada.
Yeah,
we,
We
did,
did.
in a way,
We
but
did.
not in
Yeah.
the way we thought. We had plans,
Yeah.
and we were going to be pretty much on the road. We had over 100 bookings, and
We were going to play in like 2 or 3 new states. We even had a couple of concerts over the border in Canada
that's
Yeah.
right.
planned. We were going to
Yeah.
expand
was-
our touring reach
It was
significantly.
exciting.
It was
And we
exciting,
were
yeah.
very excited. And I was talking
But
to
then 2020.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to Dad. Me and him went on a trip.
Me and him.
Me and him.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
English.
He and I.
It's he and I.
He and I
He and
were
I, John
just
Mark.
went somewhere. Okay. So English professor, for those of you who didn't know, is Abby. She does an amazing job teaching me.
That coffee's
No.
good, man.
Coffee
I don't.
slurp. Insert here. Actually,
you need to
Naomi
learn not to
too.
slurp your coffee on. the
Okay, when it's
podcast.
searing hot, what you want to me? Just down it, scorch my tongue.
And your throat.
Anyway, and
And
I
your
was
stomach.
talking to Dad. I was like, "Do you remember the plans we had for 2020?
Yeah.
Our plans. We sat down at the end of 2019 and just planned our goals.
Right.
What
Yeah,
we
we
wanted to do, with reaching more people, and then 2020 happened.
Yeah.
And
We had just released an album.
yes,
That's right.
exactly.
We were on
yeah.
our first big tour of the year. 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually.
Yeah,
We had planned out with concerts in Arkansas and Louisiana.
that's right.
Mhm.
And right in the middle, actually more towards the beginning
Yeah.
of that tour.
We'd only played like 3 shows.
Yeah, we had played in Arkansas and we were going to Louisiana.
That's right.
And that's when the lockdown happened.
Yeah.
And
Right.
We
Yeah.
were in an Airbnb, I think.
We were in
Home
an
away,
Airbnb,
something
and
like
that was
that.
before they were talking about closing
Well,
the
actually,
state borders.
We were still in Arkansas because, in fact, right in the middle of the festival.
All
Right.
And the head dude at the folk center or whatever
Yes.
in Mountain View, we were at the Mountain View Spring Bluegrass Festival, and the head dude at the folk center or whatever there in Mountain View said, "We'll let you continue the festival, finish out the festival since you're already here, but then when y'all are done, we'll have to shut it down, and everybody's got to go home."
Right.
So at the time, nothing in Louisiana had canceled yet except the festival at the end of the month.
Right.
But then the churches started canceling, and
and that's
were stuck
when
there,
we
almost.
were kind of like, "Oh, this is
It's a serious
this is a
thing,
big
yeah.
thing."
Yeah.
And we drove straight back from Louisiana to home. And, we had big dates. DLQ Festival,
Yep.
Silver Dollar City,
Bean Blossom.
like Jacob talked about, Bean Blossom,
Oh,
Canada.
yeah.
And we were just like, God, what's going on?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I heard it put recently, that it is okay to say, God, I don't know what you're doing.
Mm.
But it's not okay to say, God, I don't think you know what you're doing.
Right.
Ooh.
Exactly.
And
Very
that
true.
was really huge, that we really just
Yeah.
needed to trust in him.
And that's been kind of one of my quotes for this year that I've, gone back to several times is about God being good and
Right.
God being good to me and
Yes.
God being good at being God. We
Oh,
gotta
that's good.
Exactly.
That's
leave
really good.
that in his hands,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
2020 really taught us that.
So that's what we had planned for 2020.
Yeah.
Those were our plans for 2020. But what actually happened in 2020 was really amazing.
It was.
It
It
was.
was.
It
Yeah.
turned
We-
And it
into
started
something
in
so
Louisiana.
beautiful.
Right, exactly. What they meant for evil, God meant for good.
Exactly.
And that's really what I learned from this is that you can take anything. You can take a global pandemic and so many problems that are going on in the world and create something out of it. That way you're still reaching people. You're still fulfilling your calling to reach people for salvation
Yeah.
through music. And, that's what we started doing. We were thinking, okay, what can we do to stay productive
Right.
in this?
Right.
And, of course, that was when it was only going to be a 14-day quarantine, not a whole year. So we really did it. We
Right.
did it. It took a bit to get in the full swing, but we started Worship Wednesday.
Right.
And through that, it slowly became you guys, the trio.
Right. Well, what I was going to say was, our family has always learned how to adjust to different things. I mean,
Yeah.
when we had the
Definitely.
bus, when we
Yes, we did
know,
have a
traveled-
touring bus.
We did have a
Well,
touring
yes.
bus. Someone
That-
asked
Well,
me
we-
recently, so do you guys have a tour bus? And I was like, we did, but it was kind of leaving us more on the side of the road than actually getting us to the places we needed to be.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that-
it was, adjustment, and so when this whole thing hit, it was like, okay, what can we do? And well, we had, like 6 churches in a row,
yeah.
from
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday to Sunday night, just, completely cancel on us. So we're like, hey, let's play
let's go
every
live.
single
That's
Every
what
night.
night,
we were
And
gonna
yeah.
say.
we
We
did
just
it.
live.
went live every night, so that way the people that were gonna see us in Louisiana could join us virtually, and then that turned into something way bigger with Worship Wednesday and Love from Knoxville.
Exactly. Because, we've always been about working smarter, not harder.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because, we want to bring our best in everything that we do, but we don't want to wear ourselves out because,
Exactly.
there are times when, when you need to say yes or, the Lord wants you to say yes. But then there are times where it's like, that's not on you.
Well,
Right,
we have
right.
to remember, is it good or is it from God?
Exactly.
And so a lot of things look good, especially as a touring or as a band. We're not really a touring band anymore. We're much more of
We tour in our basement.
we're much more of a band based out of our home. We're doing online stuff now, and we'll talk more about what we like our adventures during 2020. But a lot of opportunities look so good on the surface, and we're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
well, we could reach so many people with this opportunity, and you might. I mean, people can relate to that, whether it's a job promotion, another job opportunity, whatever it is. It looks good on the surface, but, to remember that just because it looks good doesn't mean it's God's best for you.
Right.
He might have something better in mind for you.
Amen
And
to
it may
that.
not look better to you,
Yeah.
but in the
Exactly.
long
Yeah,
run, in the
exactly.
end, it's going to be better for you. And so that's like our whole goal. And, we learn the hard way. I mean, we try to work smarter, not harder, but sometimes we are working
We
harder.
work
We
it
end
harder
up
than
we
smarter.
end up working harder to figure out how to work smarter.
Exactly.
Well, think about it just as the first example that comes to mind. I mean, we had planned to do like 18 hours of
Oh
live
yeah,
streaming
yeah.
on this platform that we were on, and we did
We did it
16
2
hours.
weeks.
We got up to
once.
16.
Or did we?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
we
did
did that.
16. Yeah.
Anyway, and it was like, yeah, let's not
Yeah,
do that.
no,
You
no,
know
no.
what? This is kind of working harder
Harder.
instead of smarter.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Exactly.
so 2020,
Yes.
we streamed live on Facebook those 6 nights / we did Sunday morning. And
Yes, that's
you
right.
know, it was just us wanting to give to that community in Louisiana, that because they were all churches, and we were, we had been there like 2 or 3 times
Yes.
to
Yes.
those churches, and it was kind of a disappointment for us, a disappointment for them, so we wanted to give back to them in that way.
Right.
And the next week we decided, well, let's streamline it again. Let's streamline it. Because the church is closed, we wanted to give to those who would not be able to attend church on Wednesday nights,
Right.
Right.
and have a very intimate worship service. And that was something we
She's searching her vocabulary, folks.
That
Because
was the
as an
way we
English professor,
connected.
it's
Yeah.
really hard for her to control all of the words in her mind, so it's
Wow.
okay. It was
Mm.
very
a way we connected with so
Right.
many. We met so
Right.
many
We
through
did.
Worship Wednesday, because people were in need, and even people who weren't going to church before. You
Mhm.
know, those times in your life, those trials, they cause you to turn. We know who to turn to. It's just we don't turn to him all
Right.
the time.
We don't.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's a line from a movie talking about how we are fickle human beings.
Of
Stupid.
course.
Fickle, stupid human
Come
beings.
on, admit it. We are stupid
who
sometimes.
have a natural gift for self-destruction, and
Exactly.
we try to do it on our own, and we really need to turn to him. And we know we do that, but then we're like,
Because
hey
in the
God,
hard times,
I think I can do this without your help, so thanks for dying for me on the cross and for salvation, but
Yeah.
for the rest of my life I got it.
but the hard times hit, and you're like, okay, I need him, but to be so careful, because the good times, we feel like we got it under
Right.
control.
Sometimes
Right.
Oh, yeah.
sometimes the last thing we do is pray, when that's the first thing we should have done when something went
Exactly.
bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We wait till we're at the end of our ropes
Right.
sometimes. And I think, that's something 2020 taught me is,
Right.
okay, I need to balance this out and seek him
Exactly.
in the good times as much as in the hard times.
Well, you know what's so funny is that I catch myself getting in my head and overwhelmed and
Yeah.
stressed out, all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
Anxiety
it's
is
like,
amazing.
oh, wait a minute. I should pray.
Oh,
It's like
wait.
that realization.
I'm gonna
There's
pray
a
now.
better way to do this.
Right. Instead
You
of
know.
stressing out. To all those people, because I know we all, not everyone likes to admit it, but we all deal with anxiety and stress over weird, small, insignificant to us, even though they are important to us. We get stressed out about it. I know
Mhm.
I, for one, I'm not going to deny that I struggle with letting him do it,
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's 2020. That's what happened, as everyone knows, like Abby mentioned earlier, everybody's lives were changed because of what happened last year. And so we didn't just stop with the week of concerts in Louisiana
Yeah.
live
No.
streaming. We wanted to continue sharing our passion for music and for God through the internet. And so at first, it was just through Facebook and YouTube live streaming. Speaking of YouTube, we really started utilizing that more.
Utilize
Yeah.
Which we
YouTube.
actually started the YouTube covers before lockdown.
We did.
We
We
did.
We
started
did.
it the month of March, And, in my head, honestly, when we were starting it, I'm like, we have all this traveling. How are
How are
we
we
going
gonna
to
keep
get
up our
these
YouTube channel? Like,
covers?
oh,
How are
And
we
then it
going to
was
keep
like,
up these covers?
oh,
And then it
Travel
was like,
disappeared.
Yeah, exactly.
whoa, now we have all this time on
now
our
we all
hands.
have all this time. That's the thing. People talk about, like being bored in quarantine. We never had a dull moment.
Nope.
No.
We used everything, recording demos to writing songs to watching Marvel to
Shamark's
Well,
like, that
I'll-
was a big part of my quarantine life.
Well, let's put it this way. There were times where we took our rest and everything.
Yeah.
you
But-
have to have
Yeah,
those rest days.
exactly. But it those times had a purpose. Everything. I mean, there were a couple of times, that may have been low key moments, but but most of the time, I would say, everything. We were trying to do everything with a purpose.
Everything
That's
with
right.
purpose.
Exactly.
That
That's
is a
right.
great way to put it because the whole goes back to the working harder,
Smarter, not harder.
smarter, not harder.
Don't
because
don't mess it up.
that up.
Yes.
Don't mess
Everything-
that up.
about in a couple months into being at our house way more than we had planned for the year, we just what purpose does this serve?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everything needed to have a purpose because we can use this time wisely, and going back to it's not what we planned, but
Yeah.
hey,
We
And-
made.
right.
The thing is, when our plans get shaken, to really, the important thing I think that we learned is, to say, ask God, what do you want us to do this?
Exactly.
At this
Yeah.
time, everything got shook up, like 90%, 95% maybe
All
of our dates got canceled. And so, what's the next step? What's the path that we didn't see us walking down that you want us to walk
Ooh,
down,
yeah.
and you have a purpose in that?
Hit the nail with your head.
With my head? No, I don't
Wow.
think so. But we started Worship Wednesday, and then we started Saturday night, Love from Knoxville.
Love from
Love from
Knoxville.
Knoxville.
We got it
Inspired by-
from live Saturday Night
Saturday
Live.
Night Live.
Saturday
and we
Night
were like,
Live,
hey,
yeah.
let's
The
do it.
real Saturday Night Live back in the 70s.
And so we decided, let's run with Love from Knoxville. Let's present a family fun
Friendly.
music environment on live stream because Saturday night you're at home now.
Right.
Exactly.
Not.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
so
What this all leads to is why are we doing this? What is our purpose for this? And that was really what our goal is, to continue in whatever we do to share our passion, reach new people, build the community. And seriously, we've mentioned it before, but you guys, you know who you are. Y'all really helped us through. Y'all just
Exactly.
Yeah.
having when y'all had our backs, a few different things happened last year, and you feel attacked spiritually and from other people, and with having you guys there, it just we got the fam in Jesus, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
so
That's all you
of
need.
this has led.
Wait.
Abby
What?
wants to say something. My coffee's out, so I'm gonna take a sip of water now. Don't mind the bottle squeak.
Did you over squeak it just
He
for the
over-squeaked it.
audience?
He was
He was like, let's
"This is
make
for
it
you,
squeak
Dad."
as loud as possible. Swallow your
Because
water.
Dad, before the podcast, I don't want to hear any bottle squeaking.
Oh,
Too bad.
No, that's funny. That's
Oh, my
hilarious. I
word.
didn't hear that.
Anyway,
By the way, our sound man
speaking
is not in the room, so Dad. I'm kidding. No.
speaking of our dad, yes, we did this whole thing as a family, a full-on family.
Full-on
That is
family.
8
correct.
people
Family endeavor.
survived quarantine together.
8 people. We didn't kill each other. We
No, it was probably
we thought about
one of
it
the
sometimes.
funnest.
I'm kidding.
No, but seriously, wait. That part of the sort of adjustment
Yeah.
wasn't really that hard because
No.
we've
We
been
were used
together
to
So
living-
I was
for
seeing-
20
okay,
years.
I was
I
seeing
mean,
well, that's true.
It was better than the bus, honestly.
Definitely better than
It
the
was,
bus.
has
for
because
sure.
we had a lot more room to go to your corners.
Go to
And
your
funny thing,
corner.
throughout
have some me time.
2020, I was taking medicine, and dermatologist and doctor anyway. So she would ask me, the list of side effects. Have you been experiencing any nausea and vomiting or whatever?
Then it must
And
be
then it was
COVID.
like, have you been having any depression or thoughts of suicide? Suicide, no. Murder, yes.
Wow.
Lady, if you lived with 5 siblings and 2 parents in the same house, you'd be thinking the same thing. I'm kidding. No. Actually, great doctor. She was amazing. And anyway, so no, that was way off point. Abby,
Well,
what were you talking about?
I was talking about, so
Rabbit
we
trail.
did Worship Wednesday for a year.
Yes.
We did Love from Knoxville. We got on a couple different streaming platforms. First
Yes.
off, Sessions,
Yes.
Midsummer. And we, ran with that up till February of this year, February, March. And, now we're on Volume.
Yes.
Volume.com.
Love Volume.
And, just new ways of presenting our music, our passion, and our message, but connecting also with so many people around the world has been amazing. We've connected
Exactly.
with people from Australia, from England, from France, from Canada,
Brazil.
Canada,
Brazil,
the
the
Philippines, the
Philippines.
Philippines.
Yeah, so it's been really amazing to get to connect with people around the world.
Yeah.
It has.
But, leading up to, following God's leading, we were doing Worship Wednesday for a year. And, we got to a point where, like, we feel like the Lord is leading us somewhere else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which
Worship
has
Wednesday has served a beautiful purpose.
Yes.
But, again, it reminds me of what the Lord said to Moses, you and the children of Israel go up and claim the promised land, but I'm not going with you. And it was in that moment where you saw Moses's, I feel like it must have been a test for Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Moses was like, no, if you're not coming with us, I'm not going. It wasn't, to Moses, it wasn't about the promise. It was about the person, the God behind the promise, the relationship. And,
That's
I
really
just
good.
thought of that now. And I'm like,
that was
wow.
so good.
That is a beautiful
That's very
picture,
inspirational.
Are we after God for his promises or his purpose or his relationship
Or at the
or
yes,
his,
yes. Who
you
said it
know.
recently? Was it? It was probably Mom. She says the best things. Anyway, like, do you love God because of what He does or because of who He is?
Right.
Yes.
You know?
Anyway, so our heart is
Boom.
that, yes, that was good. That was good.
I think.
But our
well,
heart is that, we don't want to move forward in something that is not in the Spirit's leading.
Right.
And so, we were led to
Start this thing.
stop
Yeah,
Worship Wednesday.
exactly.
Stop Worship Wednesday and led, like Jimrick said, to move to podcast form.
Because in this way we can still get to know you guys on an off stage, more intimate sharing with each other, talking amongst ourselves. You kind of get a glimpse into our everyday conversations.
Oh, yeah.
it's awesome.
And this way we can be 3D with you
Yeah,
guys.
3D.
That's with the title of that, showing you guys
A
more
new dimension.
a new dimension of the
dimension.
Family Sowell.
Wow.
A new view.
A new view.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Absolutely. So, let's be 3D. Our goal with this podcast is to keep connecting with you guys, the fam.
Yes.
But also, if you're listening to this and you don't know who we are, our purpose.
You will find
Yeah.
out.
First off-
you will find out through
First
this
off, they
podcast.
made it this far into
Yes.
the podcast.
If you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are still listening, thank you
Y'all
so
are
much.
amazing.
Wow.
We really appreciate them.
Thank you.
And anyway, so our goal is to reach people like you. If you're just
Yeah.
discovering us through Let's Speak 3D, hey,
Hi.
and welcome to the fam. This is really our community, and
The fam.
it's
We're
kind of-
family, and we
I was thinking
invite
of the
you
line from
to be a
Lilo
part of our
and
fam.
Stitch, where it's like it's small but still good.
Aw,
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
You
it.
know,
yeah.
it is really for us. It's not about the numbers. For
Right.
you look at Jesus. He had thousands that followed him wherever he went.
But for what?
Exactly.
Right.
to get something from him, right? And there was very few that followed him because of him,
Well,
because of who he was.
I think that's an encouragement to all of us in
Right.
this social media world. Like, seriously, we,
find out who your real friends are.
yes, exactly. Who are people investing in you?
Yeah.
Because everybody
know?
wants to high five you, pat your back in the successful times. But
Yeah.
who's there when you're down in the dirt and when you're struggling to make it through?
Yeah.
So, guys, challenge. We could do a challenge every podcast. First, episode 1's challenge is find 3 real friends. Not
3
even
real
3.
friends?
1. Have that best friend
That you
Yeah.
can
that
be
you
real
can go
with.
to. And guess who's a great pick? Jesus.
Jesus.
Exactly.
Remember that?
Yes.
So, it's always good to have that personal, physical friend, another fellow human walking the same road, just wearing different shoes,
Right.
But then also don't forget to trust in him, spend
Exactly.
time with him every morning. It is a great way to start your day. I, for one, have been investing more and spending more time with the Lord in the morning, and it
Right.
has really helped me throughout the day. It has helped me at night, and so anyway,
It's a
that
great
was a little.
it's a solid foundation
Go to the rock.
to base your life on, to base your other relationships and friendships on.
Right.
It's the only
It's the
solid
I was about to
foundation.
say, it's
Thank
the
you.
only it's the only foundation period
Yes.
that we should build our lives on.
Exactly.
That's
He
right.
is the rock, the
Yes.
only rock of our
Amen.
salvation. Everything else is shifting sand. It's like there's a hymn.
Yeah.
On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is shifting sand.
Yes.
That's where we got to build everything.
Amen to that. How's that bone
yes.
broth?
Oh, it's
You
so
finish
good.
it?
No, not yet. But
No,
it's
wow,
good.
she's
She-
prolonging
she's
it. She's like,
savoring
Well,
it,
I didn't want to be
you know?
slurping throughout
wow,
the podcast.
so that was like a subtle jab at John Mark, slurping like
Throughout
you were
the
your
podcast,
coffee.
John Mark.
Actually, I drunk
Y'all are
my
funny.
You're
whole
drunk?
cup.
You drunk? It's you drank.
It's
I
you
drunk. I drunk. I've drunk.
Wow.
Who was the one that said drank?
Me.
You're correct.
Ooh.
Wow.
Boom.
Now I
Boo.
officially have 3 English professors. Tune in next time for the grammar lesson of the day. Anyway, so the goal with this, back to the goal, back to the point.
The
I'm
point?
kidding. Bone broth was.
Shoot
we
for
did
that
promise
goal.
rabbit trails, you know
We
that,
did.
right?
know we
That
did.
is the thing.
Did we?
With this,
We are
we
promising them now.
Yes. Anyway,
There shall come rabbit
Because
trails
they're
on
inevitable.
this.
They're not. It's
Definitely.
not like we can
Inevitable.
stop them.
Absolutely.
See,
podcast.
this is another thing, not only do we want to point you to our Savior, our foundation, Jesus, but we want to also bring some love, some laughter, some fam talk, brighten your Wednesday because, we're coming out
Every
every Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Brighten your
Every
week.
hump day,
Yes.
join Let's B3D
Make it-
to add some hump
Yeah.
to your hump
Exactly.
To add some
Anyway.
hump to your
That's
day.
awesome.
Anyway, at that boost of, you need a
Humpness.
laugh.
Yeah,
Laughter
you do need
is
a laugh.
the best medicine.
Exactly.
Amen.
And so I had a point. That is
By the
movie
way,
quote.
by the way, hey, also movie quotes will be coming as
Galore.
well. Song
Movie
lyrics.
quotes,
We may
quotes.
I
hear
really did
Abby
wanna say
sing on this
something.
one.
I can't believe I forgot it. I got off on the
Y'all-
hump day.
y'all will also-
You messed me up, Joe Mark. You
Wow.
caught me on the hump. Oh.
How many times are you gonna say oh?
Oh.
Just to invite you, that's what I was trying to say,
Oh,
to invite you to
you are
listen in
invited.
to a family conversation because seriously,
because you're a part of our family.
this is a conversing.
Definitely a
we
conversing.
Oh,
converse
yeah.
we talk
a
like
lot.
this 24/7. We don't sleep.
Not 24/7.
Wow.
Let's be exact here. Our family talks go like this, and so
Yes.
Absolutely.
it's really cool to invite you in, and so we hope
yes.
you
You will be 3D. With us.
yes.
Boom. Nailed it.
Cool.
So, guys, if you all want to see the video of this podcast, see our facial and looks at each other, you can find it at thefamilysowell.com, our website. We actually have a bunch of cool stuff on our
Oh,
website.
yeah, we
do.
Some merch, some fam stuff. And we have, if you want to support and invest in this, the Family Sowell, all of our stuff, Love from Knoxville, YouTube, the podcast.
Oh yeah.
You can do that by supporting us monthly on the website, thefamilysowell.com. From a cup of Starbucks coffee, $5 to $100 a month. You whatever the Lord leads you to give, we'd really appreciate that. And so benefits come with your monthly donations. So
Right.
the more that you give, the more that we would like to give back to you
That's right.
in return. So check out the tiers, and you can join us for Love from Knoxville, the after party, get behind the scenes exclusive content from our YouTube videos, and also the video that goes with this podcast. So, Joshua, what you gonna say?
Well, I
pal?
was gonna say that the video of this podcast, you can only view it if you are a $10 subscriber.
correct.
$10 or more.
Or more.
Yep.
That's
exactly.
right.
That's right.
Or more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you get $10 or more. You get into Love from Knoxville, a free coffee mug, and the video to the podcast.
Exactly.
So hey, a couple Starbucks a month. You know, you can support the Family Sowell, and we'd really appreciate that, guys. So final thoughts, closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts.
Coffee is delicious.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say that.
I want to encourage you.
Rats.
Challenge number 2. I know we only said one challenge.
No,
but
we're gonna do
get
multiple
out.
challenges. Get out,
Get
enjoy,
out and
work
walk.
out.
Get out and walk.
Just
Take
simply
a
walk.
walk and walk
Breathe
and
that
pray.
You know
Brisk
those
air.
guys that
Yes. I mean, if it's a beautiful, if it's a
Brisk
rainy
Vermont air.
day,
Brr, just
you
what we
don't-
need.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
but get
Movie
out
quote.
and enjoy nature.
That's
Creation.
yes. Abigail's
It's
sharing her
beautiful.
heart, guys. Listen up.
Okay.
There was you know how those people that live to 100.
You know, all those people are like, "What's your secret?"
There was this guy that he said he would walk 3 miles a day, to work.
Wow.
Wow.
just simply walking, and he was like that exercise. I remember seeing it, and it was just like that daily exercise of taking care of himself.
Yeah.
Right.
He no alcohol, no smoking,
Yeah.
no drugs. He took care of himself.
That's awesome.
And that's a big part of it, guys. Make sure you're taking care of your temple. Like
Your
I like to
temple.
say, if you are a Christian, you need to be taking care of yourself, because hey, that's God's house. You're a part
Oh,
of
yeah.
God's house.
That's right.
And so, keto. Hey, that's another thing we could talk about. is our food. Keto as something we have been doing for a year and a half now, and that is also available. You can check that out on our YouTube channel with Keto with the Fam. So, keto, whatever you want to do, make sure you're taking care of yourself and go out, enjoy nature, enjoy God's creation. Whether you want to work out, hey, you do you.
it's
Joshua
good for
works
the
out.
mind as
Yeah.
well as
And
the
also,
body.
working out is a stress reliever.
It is.
It is.
It is.
There you go.
It gets you
Exactly.
going in the morning.
Anyway,
pumped
we're
up.
gonna wrap this
We're gonna
up
wrap this
now.
up.
Let's do it.
Tybo.
It's been fun, y'all, and we hope you tune in next week
for
more,
episode
Yes.
2.
for more
Let's
3D.
be 3D. For more 3D-ness.
3D-ness.
3-dimensionalness.
That's wow.
Okay,
I don't think
guys.
that's the
So,
word
hey
for that.
guys, you want to join the fam? You want to join all of the fun stuff that we do? Check us out on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Family Sowell. And just type in The Family Sowell. Will come up. Also, the YouTube channel at The Family Sowell. And
Yes.
like I talked about our website, we got a bunch of cool stuff. So, hey, join the fam. We'd really appreciate it. So, any closing thoughts? Did John Mark forget anything?
We-
Because
You
I
did
know I
not.
am known
We-
for that.
You
We
are
good.
good.
We good?
We good.
All right. See you guys later. We'll catch you in the next episode. Thank you for joining us for Let's Be 3D. And I believe the title of this is Why Are We Doing This? So, hope you enjoyed.
Why?
We'll see
The
you
why.
next hump day. And as always,
Peace, love, fam.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions or standard of the Family Sowell. Have a lovely day.